Hey everyone and welcome. In this video we look at Lisa, I can't describe what a woman is, Nandy's lack of understanding of basic English and her total party political hypocrisy. That's caused quite a stir on social media, I'll tell you.
And I do believe that we have rotten politics, and I'm not using that as an exaggeration.
It's titled, Lisa Nandy sparks GMB uproar defending Labour MP's lockdown breach while blasting Cummings. So as you can see, typical Labour, we done nothing governor mentality on display. Let's watch this joke of a whamming, shall we?
They've sort of sat down and they've defended it, and Dominic Cummings will say he sat down and he's given answers to all of the questions. What do you say to people that suggest that, you know, there's been Labour MPs that have done similar things? Stephen Kinnock, of course, we know he travelled a long way to see his parents right at the start of this.
Well, I think that's right. I mean, there can't be one rule for one political party, one set of advisors, one rule for everybody else. And to be fair to Stephen Kinnock, he went and dropped off some shopping and said hello to his parents a couple of days after the guidance was introduced. He got it wrong, and he said so. He thought that if he sat on the drive and socially distanced, that was acceptable. The police said very clearly that it wasn't, and he accepted that. It's, you know, it's not that people can't make mistakes. It's just that the difference in this case is that you've got a person who was an author of that guidance, who appears to have repeatedly broken not just the spirit but the letter of that guidance, who says he has no regrets, who doesn't apologise, and whose whole case about why he's different appears to rest on the fact that he has a very important job.
If he had apologised then, Lisa Nandy, would that be okay? Would that be enough for you? If he sort of stand up and said, look, I got this wrong, I panicked, I was thinking about the childcare of my child that I was mostly worried about, and I shouldn't have done what I've done, I'm sorry. Would that be enough for you to say, right, let's move on now?
I think at the point at which you know, you've got a couple of parents who either have COVID-19 or are deeply unwell, you can certainly see a scenario in which people would make a bad decision. To make a series of bad decisions and then refuse to apologise for it seems to me to be fairly irretrievable. But the Prime Minister believes that Dominic Cummings, he says, acted within the rules. He's got to come to the liaison committee today and clear this up.
As you saw, Miss I Got No Opinions Nandy, well, she refused to condemn Kinnock while simultaneously condemning Cummings. She also lied massively and said Kinnock apologised and it was a mistake, and Cummings hasn't. Like, that would actually make a difference. She then actually proved that it wouldn't have made a difference by saying that Cummings made a series of bad decisions, her words, not mine, and therefore sorry isn't good enough. Which proves, in my opinion, that Nandy is aware this is a false outrage aimed at removing the man that helped get Brexit and provide Labour with the worst spanking since 35. But she's still willing to ruin a political rival's career. Shows you how low they are, doesn't it? Let's read. Lisa Nandy sparked uproar from Good Morning Britain GMB viewers on Twitter after she defended Labour MP Stephen Kinnock for breaking lockdown while insisting Dominic Cummings should apologise. Lisa Nandy sparked the fury of Good Morning Britain viewers as she defended Labour MP Stephen Kinnock for travelling hundreds of miles to see his parents during the lockdown. Ms Nandy was discussing her views on Chief Aide Dominic Cummings, who faced backlash after he was discovered to have travelled from London to Durham to quarantine near his parents' house. I need to stop you there in regards to that. He wasn't just to quarantine in his parents' house, it was so that he could get his kid away from him and his missus while they quarantined. You see the framing of things. They're trying to make it out as though he just broke the rules, like there was no ulterior motive. You understand what I mean by that? The Labour frontbencher's defence of her colleague for breaking the rules while demanding Mr Cummings apologised. She didn't demand he apologised. She said at the end it wouldn't have mattered. He's made that many mistakes. It doesn't matter about an apology, which in effect says, without saying, she would only be satisfied with his resignation or sacking. Prompted many Twitter users to accuse Ms Nandy of double standards. Yet, hypocrisy. One user wrote, Lisa Nandy saying Dominic Cummings should be sacked, yet she defends Labour MP Stephen Kinnock for breaking the rules. It is Labour MPs like Lisa Nandy that give Labour a bad name and make us lose faith and trust in politicians. That is very true. Double standards are not acceptable. I agree totally, but we've not got double standards. We've got a multi-tiered standard system in this country at the minute. Am I wrong? Let me know. Another user wrote, Lisa Nandy, you hypocrite, calling for Dominic Cummings to go, but blatantly excuses Stephen Kinnock's behaviour for driving hundreds of miles to socialise with his parents, while remaining in post, elevated to shadow cabinet as Minister for Africa. That says it all. Bloody hypocrisy. Here, I fully agree with that comment. One JMB viewer wrote, just watch Lisa Nandy defend Kinnock. Cummings set the rules, she said. No, he did not. No, he didn't. You see, this is the problem. They're trying to make out that Cummings is the man that put us all in lockdown. He is not. He is one of the advisors. One of the advisors. Do you know what the word advisor means, Lisa? I don't think she does she? Apparently to Labour, and you'll find this right across the board, and all of the opposition, advisor doesn't mean advisor anymore. So go in your dictionaries, everyone. Go and scrub out the meaning of advisor and put down, you ready? Decision maker. Now at that point, you were actually thinking, shut up you fool, weren't you? My point exactly. The social distancing rules were derived by SAGE and implemented by the government, not an advisor. That's exactly what I just said. Stop treating the public like idiots. See, the thing is, the reason why I think that they still treat us like idiots is because these people don't live on the internet, do they? Well, they do, but it's only on Twitter, and we know how one-sided that is. What they should do is pay more attention to the internet, because the broad range of viewpoints on the internet is what makes it an amazing place. Well, until Labour managed to censor everybody out of existence, obviously. Another added, Lisa Nandy just replied on GMTV, Stephen Kinnock was sorry and did not realise he was not allowed to travel from Wales to London to sing happy birthday to his dad. I like that comment. That was pretty good. I like that. Now, what's my opinion on it? In regards to Lisa Nandy, she's a major hypocrite. But we knew this anyway, didn't we? This is the woman we've got to remember that when pressed on trans rights, i.e. what the definition of a woman is, she could not answer. Why? Because she hasn't got an opinion of her own. She just follows what Twitter tells her to, which makes her one of the most unelectable politicians ever, in my opinion. And anyone else that thinks that real life is Twitter is an absolute moron and should never get the hands on the reins, in my opinion. In regards to the Cummings, I actually think he's made a mistake, but, and here is the but, Labour and SNP and all of the opposition have made mistakes as well. None of them were calling for their dismissal. Do I think it's the same ratio of mistake? No, I don't. I'll tell you why. Cummings was obviously worrying about his child. But it wasn't just because he wanted to go, say, I don't know, let me have a think, to his dad's birthday, or to a funeral, or, you know, something along, or to a picnic, or to go up to the family home and twice and have a walk around the countryside. You understand what I mean by that? So I think it's just a witch hunt. Labour are jumping on this because they can get rid of Mr. Brexit, the man they hold as responsible for getting Brexit done, when that is not the case, is it, everyone? We all know the reason why Brexit was done and getting it completed was because of us, the people. Shows you how out of touch Labour are, doesn't it? This is one of the Labour people that were going for leadership. Makes them totally unelectable, doesn't it? But anyway, let me know what you think, guys. I want to know your opinion on this. Do you think it's just pure hypocrisy again? Do you think it's just party political politics with a crisis as per usual? Do you think it's underhanded? Do you think it's low? Do you think it's vile? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to share, comment, like. You'll be doing me a solid. Stay safe, everyone. I'll see you on the next one.